We're now joined by former Commissioner for Information and Communications in Rivers State, Obunna Nwuke, and also Associate Professor of Public Law, Rivers State University, Richard Wokocha. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. I'll start with you, Obunna. How does the replacement of 23 council bosses impact the administrative structure of Rivers State government, and what are the potential consequences for local governance?
Well, thank you for the question. I think we should just go straight to the fact that there is a season when you have a beginning and a season when the end must come. And in Rivers State, the end has come. For the 23 local government chairmen who have served Rivers people and served their people at the grassroots level. So clearly, what does this mean? It means that we're in a period of transition when people, if they are not sit-tight leaders, must appreciate the fact that they've had the opportunity to serve their state and their people, and also that they owe a responsibility not to create tension as they depart from office. Going by the local government laws that are available in Rivers State, their tenure expired on Monday the 17th. And reasonably, they ought to hand over their notes to officials at the local government level. But unfortunately, we have had a situation on our hand where, as a result of the instigation of some persons, probably with evil minds, who insist that they should not hand over, they have decided, some of them have decided to resist. Now, that is where we are. But okay, to be frank, the Rivers people know that the tenure or tenures of these 23 have expired, and that the time has come, to...
Okay, let's go over quickly to Prof and just get his perspective on things. What are the concerns? Why are these people agitating to stay? Before we talk about other issues, could you just clear it for us? Because there seem to be 2 court rulings in contention here. Prof, if you can hear me, sir. All right, I suspect we have lost connection with the Prof. So I'll go back to Obunna now. Obunna, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Okay, great. I know you're probably not in the legal field, but there seem to be 2 courts a judgment that is in contention here that's given impetus to these chairmen to say that they want elongated tenure. Could you walk us through what the complications are and why it doesn't seem to be clear? What actions are supposed to happen?
Well, of course, there is a court action brought by the federal government, which is pushing for the autonomy of local governments. And that matter is before the Supreme Court. And it has nothing to do with tenure elongation. It has something to do rather with the autonomy of local government councils, given the fact that the federal government thinks that interference of states in the affairs of local governments should, as we make progress in our democracy, be removed. Now, the other case which we have on our hand. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. We can hear you loud.
Okay. Now, the other matter that we have, which is before the courts here, has to do with the issue of whether or not this the lawmakers, for instance, in Rivers State, are still bona fide members of the House. And insofar as we know, the matter has not been vacated. And so I do not imagine that what we have before us in Rivers State has something to do with the courts, because there are no clear pronouncements coming from the courts, which say local government chairmen must remain in power. But what we have happening in Rivers State, as we make progress here, is that some persons who think that the grassroots, rulership of the grassroots is somehow important to them, are instigating their supposed supporters who have completed their tenure, who should not be sit-tight leaders to resist a transition process. There's nothing in the Constitution that says, that tenure can be elongated at the local government level.
All right, quickly, how does the governor's decision align with or diverge from past practices in Rivers State, and what are the potential reasons behind this approach? The question is for you. Can you hear me?
Look, my dear sister, you see, I can say to you that, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, I think we have...
Right. Now, can you repeat the question?
Okay, I'm just trying to find out from you. Okay, could you just hold on one now? I understand we have the Prof back. Prof, if you can hear me, can you acknowledge?
Yes, I can. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, great to have you back. Does the Nigerian Constitution or any relevant law grant Governor Fubara the authority to appoint heads of administration to take over these local government councils upon the expiration of their terms? If so, are there any specific procedures or limitations outlined in the law that the governor must follow in making these appointments?
Certainly not. The tenure of local government officers or chairmen and councillors is governed by the local government law of every state, made pursuant to Section 7 of the Constitution, which provides for power of the states to make law establishing local governments and determining tenure and all of that. So once a tenure expires, it's a matter of law. From the moment the tenure expires, you complete the 3 years, the tenure expires. Appointment of or instructing heads of administration to take charge is an administrative measure. It does not require any procedure. It does not require approval by House of Assembly or anything. No, it's an administrative measure. And it follows naturally. In the absence of the chairman, the head of administration takes charge until chairman emerges. So there is no law. There is no law that requires that the governor must take any particular position or take any particular steps before he can do that.
All right.
It is natural flow of the law, administrative process.
So are there any likely legal challenge or objections that might arise from the decision? And if that is the case, what would that be?
There are absolutely none. Prior to this time, prior to end of May, we had an attempt by the gentlemen who left the House of Assembly, who vacated their seats in the House of Assembly. We had an attempt by them to review the law to extend the tenure of local government chairmen. Incidentally, that attempt has been struck down by the Rivers State High Court, presided over by Justice DGQ, yes, Dr. DGQ, judge of Rivers State High Court, who has ruled that that provision is unconstitutional, as indeed it is, and that it also violates the Section 9, subsection 1 of the Rivers State House of Assembly Law 2018. So there is no legal challenge.
So what in your mind, I put this question in a different phrasing too, when I want you to speak on it. What in your mind is causing this current escalation of crisis? I mean, you have factions fighting, one dead already, many others injured. What could be the reason for this face-off between the local chairmen who know that their tenure has expired, if we are to follow what you were saying, and then the governor who insists that new administrators must take over?
Okay, if the question is for me,
yes, it is for you, Prof.
Then certainly it is lawlessness. And a most unfortunate level of lawlessness that should not. Good. So it's lawlessness, pure and simple, and the most unfortunate level of lawlessness. Nobody contends against the constitution of a nation, not even the most powerful man in that nation. That is the last thing even a madman will do. So it is something that should not happen. And I think Mr. President should better watch it, because I think gradually this could degenerate to something else.
I will certainly hope that is not
level
the
of
case.
Lawlessness, and it should not be allowed in any nation.
We certainly hope that the situation does not escalate further. Gentlemen, I have to say thank you very much. Wouldn't thank you. I wish we had more time to speak with you, but I'm told that's the much we can take. Thank you very much for speaking with us.